Black Ops 3 was a revolutionary zombies game that changed Call of Duty Zombies forever. This all emerged from the pioneering concept of Gobblegums, an in-game consumable which would usually make the game easier, faster, and more enjoyable. Now, not all Gobblegums made the game, so to speak, easier, but they definitely changed it up a lot. Now, there are 63 Gobblegums in the game, and I wanted to put them all on a spectrum and rank them from worst to first to determine some of the best Gobblegums out there, but also some of the less better ones. With that said and out of the way, the worst Gobblegum in Black Ops 3 is respectively Eye Candy. Eye Candy is one of the 4 whimsical Gobblegums in the game that appeared from DLC 3, 4, and Zombies Chronicles. Eye Candy just inverts the colors on your screen and it does nothing. Projectile vomiting makes zombies vomit when you kill them with grenades. Tone Death similarly plays silly sounds when the zombies die. And Newtonian Negation makes all the killed zombies fall into the sky. So these are all 4 equally just bad Gobblegums, but they're funny and they're supposed to troll your friends, I guess. But in order, it goes Eye Candy, Projectile Vomiting, Tone Death, and Newtonian Negation, because seeing a zombie fall into the sky is pretty funny. But now time for the real worst Gobblegum. Number 59 is Always Done Swiftly. It just makes you walk faster while aiming. There are better Gobblegums to combat this, and it doesn't really help you that much in the long run. Next up, we have board games, which just lets you build an entire barrier with one board. I guess it can kind of help you. I don't really know anyone myself who builds barriers, but if that's your bread and butter, I mean, hey, that's all good. It lasts for 5 rounds too. Don't know who would want to use that for 5 rounds, but there it is. Number 57 is Arsenal Accelerator. This is one of the few Gobblegums I had no clue what it was before researching it for this video, but all it does is charge your special weapon faster. And if you want to charge your special weapon faster, just kill more zombies. That's how you charge it the fastest. But honestly, you don't really need the Gobblegum to help you out with that. Now, number 56 is a special one because it is the first non-classic Gobblegum, and it's of course going to be licensed contractor. It just spawns a carpenter power-up, not all that useful. I guess you do get 3 activations, which is 600 points. So if you're doing it for the points, I mean, hey, there are like 15 other Gobblegums that can help you with that, but it is pretty easy to get it out of the shop, so I could see if that's why you're using it. Firing on all cylinders is next up, and it allows you to fire while sprinting. This is pretty similar to Always Done Swiftly, where it lets you walk faster while aiming. This lets you fire while sprinting, so it's just an upgraded version. It's still not all that good, but if you want to improve your aiming or shooting, there are tons of better options. Next up is Burned Out, and this makes your melee burn the zombies whenever you get hit by a zombie, except it's not whenever you get hit by a zombie, because there's only 2 activations on this Gobblegum. So you can get hit by 2 zombies, kill 2 small crowds, and that's it. Number 53 is going to be Bored to Death. This is pretty similar to board games with the barrier concept. Repairing the board will just kill all nearby zombies, and I think it gives you the points. I hope it gives you the points for that, but once again, after like round 5, you're not really rebuilding barriers for points anymore. So yeah, before we get into the next ranking, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'm already working on another video while still editing this one, so you definitely don't want to miss it. And I'm doing other things right now too, like applying to colleges, and at the same time, I'm still making these zombies videos. If that's not dedication, then I don't know what is. Number 52 is Coagulant, which simply allows you to bleed out for a longer amount of time. Now, I don't know about you guys, but who picks up a Gobblegum and says, oh, this is going to be good for later when I go down? I mean, no one thinks about going down, and this does last for 20 minutes, so I guess if you're not the best zombie player in the world and you pick this up and you're with your friends and you think about dying in the next 20 minutes, it can help you, but all it does is just give you a little longer bleed out time. So if you don't have faith in your teammates in reviving you, then yeah, I guess this is a good Gobblegum for you. Moving on, we have Arms Grace, and Arms Grace just lets you respawn with your guns after you bleed out, so it's kind of similar to the Tombstone Soda perk, if any of you are familiar with that. It doesn't respawn with your perks, just your guns. So yeah, I guess if you are planning on dying out, then this can help you. Next up, another dying one for some reason, we have Impatient, and Impatient just lets you respawn at the end of the current round instead of the beginning of the next round. I guess it is a little better to start at the end of the round so you have some time to get your perks and guns, but that's about it. Next up, 49 is Armamental Accomplishment, another Gobblegum I had no clue about before researching, but it basically just lets you switch weapons and reload quicker. There are definitely better options for Gobblegums to use instead of this. They don't even have to deal with weapons or just being quicker, but they're just better Gobblegums than this. Number 48 is going to be Now You See Me. Now You See Me basically lets all the zombies chase only you for 10 seconds. So obviously this is a co-op Gobblegum. In my eyes, the main reason why you would want to use this is if your friend is going to the bathroom or doing a step for an Easter egg, or for some reason a player just can't have any zombies on them, except an easier method would just be killing all the zombies except one and then just training it. Now I did some further research on this Gobblegum and I found out that people equip this Gobblegum just to steal kills from their friends, which is diabolical, but it can also help with the Shadows of Evil ritual. If your friends always go down during that, then all the zombies just chase you. Number 47 is Slaughter Slide. One half of the PhD watered down version into a Gobblegum, and it gives you 2 explosions while sliding. You get 6 activations, so 12 explosions in total. Why not just make this a perk? Why did you have to make it a Gobblegum? Because obviously very few people are going to use this Gobblegum. No one's planning to use Slaughter Slide. I mean, when do you plan to use this Gobblegum? Maybe for fun, but that's about it. It's not that good. Next up, we have Respin Cycle, and Respin Cycle lets you re-hit the box without paying. You get 2 activations, so I guess in the long run, you just get to save 1900 points, but it automatically re-hits it, so you don't even have to wait for the weapon to go down. You can just hit it right away. Number 45 is Lucky Crit. Can anyone tell me what Lucky Crit does before I tell you? Because I bet you cannot. It increases the double Pack-a-Punch ammo type frequency. I mean, I didn't even know what that meant when I first read it. I had to look it up. But basically, double Pack-a-Punch, like Fireworks, Blast Furnace, it just makes those ammo types more common when you're shooting, but I guess it can help you in some instances. Next up is a classic Gobblegum I tend to use more often than not, which is Stock Option. This Gobblegum takes ammo from your stock instead of your mag. In simple terms, you don't have to reload at all. It uses the same amount of ammo, you just do not have to reload. And this is very useful as it lasts for 3 minutes, and who doesn't love just spraying through a horde without having to constantly be reminded that you have to reload, because you don't. So yeah, I like that Gobblegum a lot. Moving on, number 43 is going to be Unbearable. Unbearable negates the teddy bear and resets the mystery box. So let's say you have Unbearable and you have a box and you hit it until you get the teddy bear. When you get it, it just won't move the box, and it resets the box too. If you've been playing zombies for a while, you'll know that you can get from 7 to 10 to even 12 hits on a mystery box until getting the teddy bear. When you get the teddy bear with Unbearable, it acts like the box is moving, where it just resets. So you get another 7 to 12 hits with the mystery box. Moving on, we have the Gobblegum Sword Flay, and it increases your melee damage by 5 times. So on round 5, you will still have a 1 knife. I think this is pretty useful because even on like round 10, you just have to knife the zombies twice and you can kill them. Next up is Crawl Space. This has 5 activations, which is crazy, but whenever you use it, all the zombies around you become crawlers. And I think this is pretty useful because there have been countless amount of times when I've been playing zombies and I wanted a crawler. More often than not, I used grenades or ray guns to make those zombies crawlers, and I couldn't do it. And you can need a crawler in many situations, like if you just need a slower zombie to do an Easter egg step. Also, that one step on Drazendrock for, I think, the Void Bow, where you need crawlers for summoning souls. So it can help you with that step as well on Drazendrock, and I actually have used it quite a few times. Number 40 is going to be Dead of Nuclear Winter, and this spawns a nuke power-up. You get 2 activations. I think this is pretty useful because obviously when you have it in Gobblegum form, you only use it when you need it. So if you need this for whatever reason, whether you just want to kill off all the zombies or you just want to get on with a round, you can spawn this and it helps you out. But it's not that good because it's just a nuke at the end of the day. Next up is Danger Closest, the second half watered down version of PhD in a Gobblegum form. It gives you 0 splash damage, and I really like it because it can help you in a lot of situations. There are a lot of guns in Black Ops 3 that emit splash damage, so to not have to worry about any of that for 3 rounds is amazing. Obviously with PhD you would never have to worry about that. But moving on, number 38 is Mind Blown. This is very similar to Crawl Space, where it makes all the zombies around you crawlers. Mind Blown just pops the head of any zombie around you. You get 3 activations, and just watching all the zombies' heads pop off is pretty satisfying as well. Moving on, number 37 is one of the best classics. It's going to be Anywhere But Here, and it instantly teleports you anywhere randomly on the map with protection, of course. Now obviously this was a Gobblegum crafted to save the zombie player whenever you're in a corner and you're about to die. That Gobblegum animation that you do when you're popping a Gobblegum lasts 1 to 2 seconds, so you do kind of have to pop this in advance unless you have like a shield or something. Number 36 is Fatal Contraption, and this just spawns a death machine, so it's very similar to Dead of the Nuclear Winter. It can help you out a lot. Everyone loves the death machine, and you get 2 activations for this thing, so it's pretty great. Number 35 is going to be On the House, and this spawns a perk power-up. I think this is a pretty good Gobblegum because it can just give you an extra perk slot. Now if you did tune into my last video, you will know that I ranked the death machine higher than the random perk drop. Oh, then Savo, why are you ranking the perk drop higher than the death machine in the Gobblegum? Gobblegum video? Well, there's an easy answer for that question, and it's context. Obviously, with the random perk drop in Zombies, you're going to be getting it from probably a Monkey or George Romero, or just some time where you don't have 4 perks. You might have 1, 2, or 3 perks, and it doesn't give you a 5th perk unless you time it great. But with On the House, you're only going to be really taking this thing when you have 4 perks and you want that extra 5th perk. Number 34 is Unquenchable, which similarly gives you an extra perk slot. Let's break it down and do the math here. There are 9 perks in Black Ops 3, and 2 of them are below average. So that leaves 7 perks, which you really only need 6 of them, and at the end of the day, there's a 4 perk limit. Unquenchable gives you an extra perk slot, and you can choose which perk you want. Unquenchable is a better Gobblegum than On the House, because in both situations, you're most likely going to be taking them when you need a 5th perk. Now, what's better? Getting a random 5th perk with On the House, or getting a perk that you get to choose with Unquenchable? Now, yes, you do have to pay for the perk with Unquenchable, but I'd rather get a perk of my choice than just a random one, especially when there are perks like Deadshot Daiquiri and Mule Kick that not many people want. Moving on, we have number 33, which is Head Drama. Head Drama essentially gives you aimbot to the head, or at least to the point where when you shoot a zombie anywhere on its body, it just counts as a headshot. Thus, it gives you more points than a regular kill to like the arm or the leg. It's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about this is the duration. It only lasts for the remainder of the round that you are on. Moving on, we have I'm Feeling Lucky, and I'm Feeling Lucky spawns a random power-up. So you have some of the worser ones like bonus points or Carpenter, but you also have some of the better ones like Insta-Kill or Max Ammo. Number 31 is Pop Shocks, and Pop Shocks is very similar to Burned Out, where whenever you melee a zombie, it electrocutes them. And I've been hearing that it's very easy to kill the Panzer with this. Like you can 1 or 2 shot the Panzer with Pop Shocks, and I think that is true. So it's a pretty good Gobblegum. Number 30 is another great classic. We have In Plain Sight. If you only have classics, there should be no reason why you're not running In Plain Sight. It gives you basically a 10-second zombie blood. All the zombies ignore you for 10 seconds, and you get 2 activations for this. It also reminds me of Anywhere But Here, because it kind of serves as a get out of jail free card. Whenever you're stuck or in a corner, you can pop this thing and get out of it pretty quickly. Moving on, we have Disorderly Combat, and this Gobblegum gives you a different gun every 10 seconds for 5 minutes. So it basically just gives you a cycle of every gun in the game. I vividly remember using this Gobblegum once, and it was in a YouTube video actually I made about Area 51 and how long I could stay in Area 51. So my strategy was I upgraded the Colt M1911 or the RK5, whatever, and then I took this Gobblegum and it gave me pack-a-punched guns, because if you have a pack-a-punch gun when you take it, it just gives you pack-a-punch guns every 10 seconds. And I'm pretty sure I lasted a decent amount of time with it, and overall it's just a fun Gobblegum to use because it gives you a taste of all the weapons on that map, and then obviously it cycles you back to your own gun at the end. Next up we have Bullet Boost, and this allows you to re-pack-a-punch your gun. You have 2 activations, so you could potentially save 5,000 points. Now, almost all the ammo types are equally great in Black Ops 3. You have Fireworks, Blast Furnace, Turned, Deadwire. You wouldn't be needing to use this Gobblegum more than maybe once a game, but I guess there have been times where I re-pack-a-punched my gun like a dozen times, mostly to get a specific weapon camo on Gorod Crovey. Similarly, Ephemeral Enhancement pack-a-punches your gun, but only for 60 seconds. You get 2 activations, but it only pack-a-punches your gun for a minute. If it did pack-a-punch your gun permanently, it would be a lot better. I don't know why they didn't do that, since they already kind of did it with Bullet Boost. Number 26 is the Flavor Hexed Gobblegum, which turns into any other random rare mega Gobblegum, and you get 2 activations. This is kind of like a blessing and a curse, because even though most rare mega Gobblegums, if not all rare mega Gobblegums, are good, you might not necessarily need all of them. For example, Crate Power. Everyone kind of wants Crate Power because it gives you a free pack-a-punched gun from the box. But an example of one that you may not want is like Fear and Headlights. Any zombie that you look at stops moving. If you're doing an Easter egg or a speed run, you shouldn't really take Flavor Hexed anyways. That being said, it's gonna come in at the number 26 spot. Next up is Secret Shopper, and I honestly love this Gobblegum because it allows you to buy ammo for any gun that you're holding just from a wall weapon. So you just gotta go up to a wall weapon and it will allow you to buy ammo for the gun you're holding. The one thing I do not like about this Gobblegum is that it just doesn't apply to wonder weapons, so you cannot buy ammo for wonder weapons for whatever reason. Next up, number 24 is going to be Cashback, another Gobblegum with Kino gameplay in the background. Cashback simply spawns a max ammo. Max ammo is the best power-up in Zombies. I've said it before, I'll say it again. But the reason why this isn't higher, and there are even better power-ups on this list like Insta-Kill and Double Points, and that's simply because there are better Gobblegums that get you more ammo or just ammo quicker. I mean, yes, it gives you max ammo, but it only gives you 1 max ammo. There are other Gobblegums that can give you multiple max ammos or just ammo across a long period of time. Speaking of which, the next Gobblegum is one of those. It's Alchemical Antithesis. Every 10 points is 1 ammo in the stock. This is the best classy Gobblegum because, just let me repeat that, every 10 points is 1 ammo in the stock. So basically a full horde of zombies is a max ammo. And in the end, alchemical is definitely a lot better than cashback because you get 2 activations, so that serves as 2 max ammos essentially. Number 23 is going to be wall power. Wall power simply pack-a-punches your next wall gun, and I really like this. I use it a lot, especially at the beginning of games, because who doesn't like starting off the game like round 2 with a pack-a-punched Kuda or a pack-a-punched KN-44? I mean, it's just great, and it's a great way to start the game as well. Number 22 is idolize, and this is a one I really never use, but it's just super good. The zombies ignore everyone for 30 seconds, and you get 3 activations. It's like in plain sight, but on crack, because it's 3 times longer, and you get 3 activations instead of 2. And it works for everyone, not just you, literally everyone in the game. So co-op, solo, it works for everyone. Next up, we have who's keeping score, and this spawns a double points, and you get 2 activations. A planned double points is better than just a regular double points for so many reasons, because if you have a horde on like round 20 and you get this Gobblegum, you're just in for a treat. You can get so many points, and you get 2 activations as well, so who doesn't like who's keeping score? Number 20 is going to be Killjoy, and this is very similar to who's keeping score, it just spawns an insta-kill. You all know that I think insta-kill is a little bit better than double points. For the full rankings of all the power-ups, you can check out my last video, but an insta-kill is an insta-kill, especially on high rounds. This helps you a lot when you just want to plow through the zombies. So yeah, moving on, the next Gobblegum is Round Robin, which simply ends the round that you are on, and it grants all players 1600 points. This can be useful in many situations, like high rounds. If you want to end the round, you can simply end it with Round Robin. Number 17 is Temporal Gift. This is a very rewarding Gobblegum because it triples the amount of duration for every power-up. Instead of 30 seconds, every power-up is now 90 seconds. Obviously, this doesn't affect all of them, like bonus points or max ammo, but the ones it does affect, like Death Machine, Insta-Kill, and double points, you're in for a treat. The only thing is it only lasts 1 round. If this thing lasted like 3 rounds, it would probably be in the top 10. The next best Gobblegum is Killing Time, which is, in my opinion, one of the most overlooked Gobblegums in the game. Not many people run this Gobblegum for not many reasons, except maybe Codename Pizza. But it's basically a 20-second pause. Everything in the game pauses. The zombies, the guns, the bullets, everything, except obviously the player. Even if you shoot a zombie, your bullet freezes midair. You only get 1 activation, but I think this is still a really cool concept. It kind of covers some other Gobblegums like In Plain Sight if you just need to get out of the way. Next up is Profit Sharing. This allows all nearby players to receive each other's points. So if you're with your 3 co-op buddies back to back to back to back, and you are all spraying through a horde of zombies, you will get a ton of points. This is really good early on when you need to gather points quickly. Number 14 is Fear in Headlights. All the zombies seen by players won't move. It's like that one scene from that one movie, which I will not name, because I don't know. But whenever you look at the zombies, they won't move. If you look back, they will move. It is good for some steps in the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, as well as Gorod Krovi, so I'll leave it there. Another good one for Easter eggs is Undead Man Walking. This slows all the zombies to walking speed for 4 minutes. If you are doing the Gorod Krovi Easter egg and you're on the trophy step, this is a godsend Gobblegum. Whether it's the Mangler step, the Nuke step, the Valkyrie step, or the Pod step, when all the zombies are walking, it makes the game so much easier than when they're all rushing towards you when you're trying to do something completely different, like walk a Mangler down to the power room. Number 12 is Crate Power. It's very similar to Wall Power, where it lets you pack-a-punch the next wall gun, except it's from the mystery box. This is really fun in starting room challenges when you're using Immolation, and you can get a pack-a-punch gun in the spawn room without buying any doors. But also if you're using it just cause, it literally saves you 5,000 points. Speaking of points, number 11, just missing the top 10, is Extra Credit. This is probably one of my most used Gobblegums, as it spawns a 1250 point power up, but you get 4 activations. So that's 5,000 points. If you have double points, it doubles it, 10,000 points. Imagine that with profit sharing. Jumping into the top 10 now, number 10 is Phoenix Up. Phoenix Up revives all your teammates with their perks. So let's say you're the best zombie player in your squad. All 3 teammates are down, yelling at you to revive them. You can pop this Gobblegum and they all go up swiftly with all their perks. Now the next Gobblegum Gobblegum is very similar to Phoenix Up. It's called Aftertaste. Now this is one that you can use on co-op as well as solo, and you simply keep all your perks after being revived. So if you use Aftertaste on solo, the person who's down needs to have Aftertaste, and if you're on solo, you get back up with all your perks, but you lose Quick Revive. And this lasts for 3 rounds. So needless to say, it's really good. Also, this whole going down and getting back up with your perks is going to be a repetitive theme you see with some of the Gobblegums. Number 8, another reviving Gobblegum. It is self-medication. Self-medication is very similar to Aftertaste. It auto-revives yourself, just like Aftertaste, but you keep all your perks, including Quick Revive. With Aftertaste, you don't keep Quick Revive. Now, obviously, on co-op, it's the same for each. The only difference is that Aftertaste lasts 3 rounds, Self-Med lasts 3 activations. So if you are confused, if you're on solo, Aftertaste, you keep all your perks except Quick Revive, and that lasts for 3 rounds. But Self-Med, you keep all your perks, but you get 3 activations. Number 7 is Soda Fountain. This is a great time management Gobblegum, as well as a great financial investment. Every time you buy a perk, it just gives you another one. Now, it might be a little confusing because obviously there's a 4 perk limit, so you might be thinking, hey, after you get 2 perks, you'll have 4 perks and you can't buy anymore. That is not the case. You can still buy 4 perks, which gives you 8 perks in total. Number 6 is Immolation Liquidation, another Gobblegum I love to use. This spawns 3 fire sales. I mean, most of the time you are just going to be activating all 3 at once because they topple and overlap each other. Each fire sale is, I think, 30 seconds, so you get a minute and a half of fire sales. Needless to say, you are getting a total weapon loadout rework. It is hard to not get a wonder weapon when you're practically hitting the box for free without a teddy bear for 90 seconds. So yeah, basically free wonder weapon, specialist, really good guns. Into the top 5, the 5th best Gobblegum is Shopping Free. Shopping Free makes all purchases in the map free. That's doors, perks, the box, everything is free. Now, Immolation lasts for 90 seconds. Shopping Free is only a minute. However, I think Shopping Free is still better because you can still buy way more than just the box. You can get doors, perks like I mentioned earlier. Number 4 now is going to be Raindrops. I also think this is a little better than Shopping Free and Immolation. It gives you every power-up in the game, all 9 power-ups, and you get 2 activations for this thing. So that's 2 fire sales, 2 max ammos, 2 death machines, 2 double points, 2 bonus points. It is overpowered. But you can't be talking about overpowered without talking about Perkaholic, which gives you every perk in the game. Oh my god. When Black Ops 3 launched, and for many months preceding, this was the best Gobblegum in the game. It saves you so much time, so much effort, and so many points just to give you every perk in the game. Now time for the 2nd best Gobblegum. It's Power Vacuum. Now the description of Power Vacuum does not seem that amusing, right? It increases the drop rate for all power-ups. Oh, that's kind of like Temporal Gift, right? Increasing the duration for power-ups, increasing the drop rate for power-ups. Well, no. I'm gonna put some background gameplay on right now of me getting round 100 on Gorod Krovi. I just want you to observe how many power-ups are in the room that I'm in. It doesn't double, it doesn't triple, it doesn't even quadruple the amount of power-ups you get. It like times 10 the amount of power-ups you get. It is crazy. I mean, you will get 10 max ammos in 1 round with this thing, and the craziest part about it is it lasts for 4 rounds. And alas, it is time to reveal the best Gobblegum in Black Ops 3 Zombies. It's Near-Death Experience. Near-Death Experience is a combination of self-medication and aftertaste. Similar to self-medication, you auto-revive yourself and keep all your perks. On co-op, only one person needs this, whether it's the person reviving or the person being revived, and the person being revived keeps all their perks, including Quick Revive. But it also shares a similar trait to Aftertaste, how it lasts for 3 rounds. So just think about that back in your head, right? You go down, you come back with Quick Revive, and it lasts for rounds. So theoretically, can't you just keep going down in a round with Quick Revive and keep getting back up as many times as you want? You are absolutely correct. You can. If you have Near-Death Experience and Quick Revive on solo, you can leave your room, go drive your car to the range, hit some golf balls, read a book, go to the movies, come back. You will still be in the game. This is extremely powerful for boss fights in Black Ops 3 because the round doesn't change in boss fights. You cannot cannot die. If you down, you'll just get back up with quick revive again. So the only time you can die is 3 rounds later when you actually lose near-death experience. Now obviously this is one of the most rare Gobblegums you can get out of the factory, the shop, and it isn't meant to be used in everyday zombies. But if you're a Gobblegum collector like me, you will have a ton of these and you can just use them whenever you want, making the game extremely easy. Anyways guys, that is gonna be the video. I just ranked every single Gobblegum, classic, mega, rare mega, ultra rare mega in Black Ops 3. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This took me a whole lot of time to rank, edit, and record all the gameplay. I also want to give a shout to my boy Sprite. He helped me rank these, but also got a big portion of the gameplay that you just watched. His channel is the first link in the description. If you did stay until the end, I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.